All right. Well, we have another Vosteed knife to talk about today. This is the Vosteed, I'm going to call it Raccoon, Trash Panda. Here's some details about it if you want to pause and look. Comes in a zippered pouch, metal tin with a patch, a microfiber, all that good stuff. So let's get all that stuff out of the way and let's talk about this knife and talk about me and my collection on my channel for just a minute. Okay. This was loaned in to me from a viewer, Ryan. He saw me do a Vosteed knife previously, the Nightshade, that was loaned in from Professor EDC in a box of other stuff that Professor EDC had sent in. I don't want people to get the impression that I only go for expensive custom made knives. That's not the case. Do I like my fancy custom made knives? Sure. Is that what I carry a majority of the time? Yeah, it is. That's just a preference. However, and I talk about it a lot, I do like my budget knives. Okay. I don't have any others right here close in arm's distance. I mean, a couple $100 and under. This Raccoon is in the $60 range. The Kubi is in the $40 range, 100 and something and, two something. So yes, I own knives from, well, I don't know that I have any $10 knives anymore. I've given away my Honey Badger, I think was my cheapest knife at like $15 or something. So I have probably the Kubi is my cheapest at 40-ish bucks. So I have 40 to 10,000 is what I own. And I carry all of them, everything in between. And I want to review everything in between. So don't think I'm only into the high-end customs or anything like that. I can appreciate, I own, and I carry inexpensive budget knives, affordable knives, all of the above. So let's just get that out of the way right now. All right, so let's talk about the specs really quick on this guy. 4 3/8, 7.5, 3.2-inch blade. Which is really all you need. Do we really need 4-inch blades? I like my 4-inch blades though. Hey, am I compensate? Let's not even go there. 2.9-inch cutting edge, 0.015 behind the edge with a blade thickness of 0.117. This one comes in 14C, 28N. Overall thickness is 0.488, runs on bearings and weighs in at 3.2 ounces. Super light in your pocket, it disappears, and it feels good. So, much like the Nightshade, I think I like the Nightshade shape, action just a tiny bit better. But the more I've had this knife and I've been able to carry it and kind of enjoy it and experience it, thank you again, Ryan, the more I can appreciate it. It's $60. I think they're mostly out of stock. I couldn't actually find any, but yeah, they're 60, 70 bucks if you could find one, or maybe you could talk somebody into selling you one. It has micarta scales, nice drop point blade, plunge lock, button lock, whatever you want to call it. Micarta backspacer, reversible pocket clip with countersunk hardware on the plate. So the pocket clip is recessed into the micarta and it uses countersunk hardware. So they did it perfect. They did it perfect on this side too. So you have a plate. It's not just an opening. And I don't know that I have, yes. So here on the Red Horse Knife Works automatic Hellraiser, they have a recessed cutout for the pocket clip. Perfect. But then on the show side, you have just a big gap there, which is a little odd, a little awkward. It's not a big deal, but the fact that Vosteed put a block off plate there To me, that's the attention to detail that I want from a knife maker / company, manufacturer. I wished Red Horse would have done a block off plate. That's my point. And I said that when I did that initial video. All in all, they did everything right on this knife. The blade finish is a nice stonewashed. The micarta is nice, and you can see how it's changed colors here on the flats, and it's darker up on top. And part of that is intentional, it looks like. But yeah, micarta is going to change colors over time as the oils from your hands get on it and things like that. Pocket clip is done perfectly and works excellent. I would have preferred nothing, like no logo stuff on the actual clip, but that's just me. I like that it's not really a stonewashed clip, but it's not a mirrored clip. So it does go with the theme of the whole knife, in my opinion, where the clip kind of matches the blade and so on. All in all, this is a great knife. It's a great cutter. This is awesome for doing normal daily things. Breaking down cardboard, cutting your apple, cutting, slicing cheese for lunch at the job site, in your office, what have you. This is really great. I mean, so to contrast that with, something one-off, custom, super fancy. This is not utilitarian. It's not a practical knife blade shape. Now, do I love it? Yes. Did it cost a lot of money? Yeah, sure it did. I mean, oh boy. But is it practical? Does it get carried? Yes. Would something like this get carried more? Yes, just because it's more practical. Depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing, I would grab something like this over this. And I do. That's the beauty of my personal collection, is I have things like this when I want to be fancy. I have something like this, which is kind of an in-between. It's fancy, but more utilitarian, right? Same with the VC Edge interface. Fancy, but utilitarian. And then when I really want to be utilitarian and I know I'm going to get into some stuff, I may grab the Hellraiser. I may grab the Kubi because I know I'm going to get it used and abused and or need to drop it somewhere because I'm going into a area, an event, a thing that's a non-prohibitive. And so then I can just toss this and move on and buy a new one on Amazon the next day. So I think that, I don't know, there's been some comments in some of my videos that I'm just highfalutin snooty or whatever, maybe, with all the customs. And I just wanted to say that that's not the truth. And if you watch my channel, I think you get that. I think people may just see me do a video on a fancy custom and just take that as the one context. So I don't know. I'm super honored that Ryan reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in this, because I absolutely was. I absolutely want to check out some more Vosteeds because I'm very impressed with the way they do their knives. Like, I really am. I don't know if there's any other models, but the long story short is, if you've got a knife that you would want to see shown on YouTube and have 12 people watch it, because I don't get a lot of views, maybe about 200 people watch a video. But if you've got a knife and you'd want it on YouTube for 200 something people to watch, hit me up. Email is in the description of every single video. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all that. You can find me easy. Absolutely. I want to see all the knives. So if you've got something, even if it's in the $50, $60 range, just hit me up. I'm glad to look at it, and I love to do that because I know before I had a YouTube channel, I was super excited. If somebody wanted to look at one of my knives, I'd be like, hell yeah, my 5 minutes of fame. Like, it's just cool. And I'm just here to show knives from every price point, every genre, if you will. And that's what I'm here for. So thanks. Go check out my other Vosteed video. I think it would be cool to you too. I like that Nightshade just a hair better than this one, but this one is awesome. So Ryan, once again, thank you. And thank all of you for tuning in.